Hey Poke fans, Alex here. In the last episode, I think we explored all of Sinnoh with Waterfall and Rock Climb, as well as finished the tutorial of the Underground. In this episode, we're going to take a break before we make the long trek up to Victory Road, and what we're going to be doing is ultimately trying to catch some legendaries. Remember, Professor Rowan talked about the lake Pokemon and how they're there, and we already kind of got data on and released Mesprit. But we have to get the other two. And to do that, what we're going to do first is we're going to go to Pastoria City. Yeah, Pastoria City is going to have the Move Tutor, or I guess the Move Rememberer. And the Move Rememberer is a guy that, in exchange for heart scales that we got in the Underground, or at least I got them, he will help you remember moves that you past lost. And there is one move in particular that you absolutely need. Well, there are going to be two. One's going to be on good old Batman, Cross Poison. I think this was like a baby or an egg move, but nonetheless, we absolutely need it to know Cross Poison because right now it knows Poison Fang, which does, 50 damage? Cross Poison has a high critical hit ratio, chance to leave the target poisoned, and it does more damage. Yes, please. And the second move, and the one we're going to be using today, is going to be, drum roll please, ready? Can you guess? Well, it's none of these moves, actually. It's Thunder Wave! Yeah, Giratina has an incredibly an incredibly high catch rate, which means that you can catch it very easily. These lake Pokemon, not so much. Very low catch rate, so we're gonna have to have more tools in our bag. Okay, now that we have that under our belts, I'm going to go to Lake Valor, and I'm also gonna stop at the Poke Center and the Poke Mart, so I'll meet you there. Alright, so we are on the outside of Lake Valor, and we're probably going to be seeing it for the first time since Team Galactic kind of disbanded. No floating Magikarp around, but the first thing that you're going to want to do, other than, you know me, slap down a Max Repel. Man, I have 8 star pieces. That's actually pretty impressive. We're going to want to explore the entire perimeter of the lake just to make sure there are no hidden patches of grass, just like there were on Lake Verity. And it turns out that we have one such patch of grass over here, but for the item, we're going to want TM25 Thunder. That would be fantastic if you couldn't already buy that at the Veilstone department store. Okay, no hidden items. Nope. Alrighty. Now remember that this lake houses Azelf. Isn't that the being of willpower? And if we walk inside, we already see the reflection on the wall, or the water, which is pretty cool. Then we have Azelf. Please save your game, because if you somehow defeat Azelf, it's going to spawn deep in the cavern, and you're not going to be able to see it again for a little bit. So, I'm going to make sure I have Magnezone in front. Let's do this. I'm not expecting this to go by fast, but we're going to give it a good old college try. Azelf is level 50. It's a psychic type. I don't believe it knows any psychic moves other than Future Sight, but you're going to want to slap down a Thunder Wave. Unfortunately for you, it has a move called Nasty Plot, which will sharply raise its special attack. And since all 3 of its other moves are special attacks, I believe, it's very dangerous. However, Steel type, great move, or great typing. I'm going to try a Mirror Shot. I hope that I don't have a critical hit, but I did save, so I can always go back if needed. We lowered its accuracy, love to see it. Now, Uproar is a move that kind of locks it into doing the same thing over and over again, so the problem is, okay, I have to do the math here. You have to be very, very careful. So Mirror Shot does 65 damage, Thunderbolt does 95. So I need it to go in the red. This is kind of risky, but I don't really have any other options. I guess I could always switch out to Batman. I don't want to, though. That's the thing. Okay, let's try this out. Now, if it is paralyzed, you cannot poison it, so there is no risk to doing this. But it has a high critical hit ratio, so I guess we'll see. This is risky. Yes! Okay, got it in the red. That is all anyone could ask for a situation like this. This is the best we're gonna get. We're just gonna start chucking Ultra Balls. Unless you have a Pokemon that is like either 10 levels below it or... Darn, you know what? Last time it did the exact same thing. I accidentally beat Azelf and I had to restart the game, but I didn't restart it from a good place, so... Yeah, had to restart the episode as well. This is going to take a while, but like I said, unless you have a Pokemon 10 levels under, or if you have another Psychic type or something that has not very effective moves. Okay, now, raised its special attack. Dangerous. But yeah, all you can do is just chuck Pokeballs at it. Or in this case, Ultra Balls. You want to save your Master Ball. Either way, we get data on Azelf, so... So I think I mentioned a trip that I was going to take to Minneapolis, or maybe I didn't, but I was planning on taking a trip. The airline was not a major airline, and I'm not going to call out which one it was, but they canceled the day of. So I ended up getting a full refund for the hotels and the ticket, but I was just waiting for the refund to hit my bank account before I planned another trip. I guess technically it's just a trip. I have not taken a trip yet this summer. Thinking about going to Chicago. I've been there once before, I think 1.5 years ago or so, and it was a great city. Lots to do, lots of people, something for everyone, not terribly dangerous. Okay, now its special attack is pretty high, so Uproar is going to do a lot, but it locked itself into using Uproar, so I have a little bit more time. Now, aside from everything that I've been doing, all you can hope for is luck. I mean, am I going to be lucky today or not? I haven't been lucky the past couple of times I've recorded this because my screen freezes, right? OBS, which is the platform I use to record my screen, it just freezes on me. And sometimes I'll be so engrossed in what I'm doing that I just don't look at OBS while I'm playing, and then I don't notice that it freezes, and then obviously I can't use the episode. Okay. Now I like Uproar because, again, normal type isn't very effective against steel types. Yeah, but this is getting a little long, but there's really nothing else I can do. This is my, 8th Pokeball, I think? Ultra Ball, for that matter. And it doesn't appear that we're gonna do anything. Now, there is actually a calculator, and I might link that in the description, and you can essentially type in, like, how much health you have, how much health the opponent has, roughly speaking, any status afflictions, and what kind of ball you're using, and it'll output, like, the probability of you catching it. So I'm very, very curious, because red HP, paralysis, I'm pushing all the correct buttons, so yeah, I might just there's no sense. I'm just gonna start chucking Pokeballs at it and speed this up a little bit. But yeah, once it runs out of moves, it'll use Struggle, and then it'll attack itself in recoil, and I don't think it can even survive one time of doing that. How's everybody's day going? It's Tuesday, middle of the week. I like to think this is the peak time of summer, so hopefully you've gone outside this week, even though it's kind of storming a lot of places. Yep, so that's the power of Uproar. And unfortunately, even healing up, there's not much I can do. I mean, it maxed out its special attack, so it's gonna one-shot pretty much my entire team, so let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really matter who I send out. Oh, come on. This is going to be a tough nut to crack. I love how on the first time we got 3. And it was so close. Man, my special defense must be pretty impressive. I'm surprised it didn't knock me out in one hit. Maybe it didn't use Nasty Plot to its full potential, but I know Fish has a lot of special defense, so it's going to be a tank for this. There we go. Alright. Pretty much the special defense is the only redeeming character of Milotic, which is why it learns a move called Mirror Coat. Mirror Coat essentially takes any special attack, and as long as it survives it, it reflects it back, doing twice the damage. Wait, that could have been bad. Yeah, so if I get a calculator going, I'm definitely going to show the probability of catching it, because I'm very surprised. I think my level has something to do with it as well. The fact that I'm 7 levels below it doesn't see me as much as a threat. Therefore, it feels more confident to deflect my my moves like that. Man, you just like being annoying, don't you? Some of you are going to like sitting here for all this time watching me fail. Oh boy. Okay, there it went again. OBS stopped recording my screen for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. It's not like I was having much success anyway, but... I'm just going to let this play out. If it faints all my Pokemon, it faints all my Pokemon. There's not much else I can do. You just have to be lucky. I think I mentioned False Swipe. False Swipe is a move that doesn't do very much damage, but if it was going to faint your opponent, it would only bring it down to 1 HP. Man, using that Master Ball is really tempting, especially because you're really frustrating me right now. Can I survive 1 hit? Okay, I survived 1 hit. This isn't gonna catch it. Okay. I get 1 more. How many did I start out with? I think I started out with 40 Ultra Balls, so I used 32! That is insane! Okay, I lost that fair and square. Alright, take 2. If it faints all of your team members, it's still going to be in the lake, but let's try this again. Okay, so we're in a situation now. The HP is even lower than before, paralyzed, and we're just gonna start chucking Ultra Balls again. I looked at the catch rate, and it is abysmal. Again, first time, it does 3. What is with that? I've had that happen on 3 separate occasions now. And I don't want to tell you how long I've been trying to capture Azelf, but I'm trying, guys. I really am. Finally! I'm going to calculate how many Pokeballs that is and show you, but man, that was a tough nut to crack. The willpower Pokemon. When Azelf flew, people gained the determination to do things. It was the birth of willpower. Leaves a pretty interesting footprint. It is 1 foot tall. Such a nuisance for 1 foot. And it is 7/10 of a pound. I've used Azelf in a playthrough before, or at least one of the psychic types, but yeah. Unfortunately, we're not going to get another debut from Professor Rowan, but it's a cool little logo. Off to Lake Acuity now. Don't worry, I'm not going to be showing you the full battle. You've already suffered enough, but might as well get data on all of the Pokemon. And I think I have one more surprise at the end of the episode. So I'm going to meet you at the entrance to the lake. I'm going to go heal up, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, here we go. Lake Acuity is so much nicer than the outside of the route. Remember the route that I complained about so much? Okay. Let's see if there's a patch of grass somewhere before we go into the cavern, and this would be Yuxi. Isn't Yuxi the being of knowledge? I think Yuxi is knowledge, Azelf is willpower, Mesprit is emotion. Blizzard, oh yay! We could also get that at the Veilstone department store, as well as Fire Blast from Lake Verity. Let's go inside. Its eyes are shut. How hard could this be? Hit it with the old Thunder Wave. It's pretty fast. Oh, come on! Now you're just trolling me, game. Alright, here's the struggle. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna try this again. 1,500 experience, not bad. I'm really not understanding what OBS's issue is. I've had to restart like 5 times now, so I'm carefully watching the screen though. But yes, I did capture Yuxi, and now we just have one more legendary to take care of, and it is not Mesprit. So the time right now is 9:12 p.m., which means we have a rare opportunity. Anytime I checked, it's between 8 p.m. and 1 a.m. You should be able to go to the old chateau and get a nice little surprise. So I'm going to do that. Thankfully, we still have our Pop Squeak in our party, even though I'm not going to show it above. But yeah, we're going to see if we can't solve another mystery while we're here. And here we are, right outside the old chateau. Let's go inside, shall we? Pretty sure this is my 3rd time trying, so hopefully I got the time right. But you have to be very careful because, well, I'll explain in just a little bit. I have to find the right room. Inside the TV, there appears to be a Pokemon. The Pokemon appears as if it will come out. Want to thump the TV? Yeah, I'll thump the TV, like the vending machine. Alex, thump the TV set. That's shaking. Rotom! It's obviously not going to be very high leveled because you can get it as early after defeating Gardenia in Eterna City. Rotom is the palindrome of Motor, and it's level 20. So you have to be very, very careful. In fact, its catch rate should be significantly higher, but yeah, I'm going to Thunder Wave it. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send out Popsqueak. Yeah, thankfully we have no chance of it fainting any of my Pokemon other than perhaps Popsqueak, but we'll see what this does. It's not expecting me to send out a water type, so it shouldn't be using an electric move. What's with these legendaries in Uproar? Okay. I just realized that it's part ghost, so none of these moves are going to do any damage. Yay! So literally the only thing I could possibly do is just start chucking Pokeballs at it. I guess I could also do a Confuse Ray. I should have thought this through though. Oh well, live and learn. Okay, Confuse Ray it is. I don't know anything that wouldn't be very effective against it. I guess Houndoom. Dark isn't... Wait, actually it is. Psychic? I don't have any Psychic moves. Alright, let's go through this again. Hey! Ha! Its catch rate must have been very high. But yes, Rotom. Now, we're not quite done with Rotom yet, but we're going to go through this. Rotom is the Plasma Pokemon. It doesn't have any footprint, but it's a foot tall, 0.7 pounds. I guess that's a theme. Its electric-like body can enter some kinds of machines and take control in order to make mischief. Give a nickname to Rotom? No. I don't think it's unethical to use Rotom in a playthrough because, it's allowed at the Battle Tower. But I guess by that logic, you could use any of the legendary birds and the dogs and whatnot. But there is one more thing that we can do with Rotom. So I'm going to go ahead and meet you back in Eterna City and put Rotom in my party. Alright, so we are here right outside the Galactic Building in Eterna that they formerly occupied. I'm not going to be able to do this unless I kind of hack the system, and I'm all for doing that, but I just want to show you where it would be. So Nintendo had an event where they would give you a secret key that would essentially allow you to move this thing aside, and there would be a room that essentially housed a bunch of different machines that Rotom could go inside and transform into. But seeing as I can't obviously do that right now, we're going to have to save that for another time. Thank you so much for watching. In this episode, we captured the legendary Pokemon Azelf, Uxie, as well as Rotom. In the next episode, we go to Victory Road. See you there. Have a great rest of your day.